Hello, and welcome to the Caffeinated Librarians at Mayapack Public Library's Pop Culture Podcast. And today we're continuing our costume drama series with my pick, The Age of Innocence by Martin Scorsese from 1993. First, just a little introduction. I'm Joe.
Katie.
I'm Simona.
All right, and this is based on the Edith Wharton novel of the same name, and it stars Daniel Day-Lewis, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Winona Ryder. And it focuses on Newland Archer, a New York high society lawyer who is betrothed to May Welland, played by Winona Ryder, but harbors intense feelings for her cousin, the unconventional Countess Olenska. And it really focuses it on just how rigid and strange and ritualistic and savage the high society of New York at this time was.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, initial thoughts, I guess.
So, I enjoyed this movie. This is the second time that I watched it. The first time was many years ago, and I didn't remember too much. But, watching it now, I was really struck, and Countess Olenska, when she first meets Archer, maybe it's the second meeting, and she talks about how, she has this jab, how for a country who fought to break away from England,
yes,
we sure like to follow English sensibilities.
Yes.
And I was saying, that was very true, but it also makes sense that many of these people would have been in the country, their families probably since the founding. So they would have been of English descent, so it makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, I love how all the Americans in this treat Europe as if it is an unfathomably foreign place.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Olenska, who is married to a Polish count, who is quite awful, just sees it as no, you just did the same thing over here. This isn't any different.
Yeah.
There's a bit where she mentions something about arranged marriages, and Newland is like, we don't have arranged marriages here. Yeah. And she's like, oh, you don't, huh?
It's like she calls out society's hypocrisies.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well, so this was my first time watching this movie, and I thought it was going to be great because it's Martin Scorsese, and he's mostly known for making gangster movies. And I don't really enjoy Michelle Pfeiffer, and Winona Ryder is a hit or miss for me. I love Winona Ryder in Beetlejuice, but I think that's because she's with a full ensemble cast in that movie. I love Daniel Day-Lewis and everything he does. He's great in this movie. I don't know. There was just something about it that it was good, and I was entertained, but I think I could be okay with just watching it this once.
Okay.
Yeah.
This, I think, is, for me, easily top 5 Scorsese. I think this... I don't know. I think it... From what I understand, the novel has a bit of an anthropological point of view in terms of just studying this society, and I think he really captures that beautifully here.
With just the plateware.
Yeah, but even just the societal rituals and everything, there's a bit early on, I assume taken straight from the book, where the narration talks about how they live in a hieroglyphic society and how nothing is really indicated straightforwardly. Things are indicated by a series of symbols and gestures and that get at the idea of the problem but not stating it. Yeah. I don't know. I thought Michelle Pfeiffer was astounding in this. I don't know. She does so much with her eyes and her face and just the quiet tension of her character.
Yeah.
And even Winona Ryder. I know critics at the time didn't like her performance, but I think the sort of flatness of her affect here works to her advantage. And Newland spends the whole movie underestimating her and pretty much thinking she's a dullard who can't figure anything out.
Yeah.
And the narration tries to frame it in kinder ways.
Yeah.
But the narration is really cutting in this too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very nasty to all these characters in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of in the way they are. It talks around their flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also what I liked is how Newland finally realizes that May is not an imbecile with the fact when she
No.
reveals the pregnancy, and basically when he realizes, oh, you told your cousin 2 weeks ago, just, well, yeah, I thought I was right, and then she looks up at him, she's like, and I was right.
She has such a killer face in that scene.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's really just that whole sequence when he realizes, oh, literally everybody has known.
Yeah.
And they've
Yeah.
all been, they're all going to say the opposite, but they know exactly
But
what
I
was
don't
going
think
on.
he did
Oh,
a
yeah.
very good job, because like,
Oh no, he was terrible at it.
Yeah,
He
like,
thinks
on-
he's the smartest person in the room.
I
And
know,
he's not.
and like,
Yeah.
and I started to lose respect for him, like after he marries May, and he realizes that her cousin is not really going to which I appreciate that she didn't want to hurt May, and also she's still married,
Yeah.
so
because he told her not
yes,
to get divorced.
he
Yeah.
advised against the divorce. So in many ways, she's like, well, what do you want from me?
Right.
Yeah.
And when he starts quite literally behaving like the people that he, in the beginning, is almost despising. Like, he
He's-
starts to behave in the same way,
Yeah.
where he becomes petty. Like, even the way he talks about his wife. Like, what I wanted to say, too, like, while I was watching, like, I wanted to shout at him, but your wife is a product and a reflection of her caste, and what people expect of her. Like, I'm not saying there weren't highly intelligent, that's not what I'm saying, but women weren't expected
No.
to show any kind of intelligence. Like, you were quite literally, oh, how's the weather? The weather's nice. And how's the lace that you saw Mary Beth wearing? So it's like, he can sit in judgment, but May is also limited. In fact, he even says, like, he criticizes her for basically saying, like, that he doesn't think she's aware that she's in a prison. I think May is aware
Yes, I
of
think
the
she's
limitations.
I think
Oh, yeah.
May is a very smart person.
Yes.
And, she doesn't show it very often because,
Yeah.
No.
as you said, that's her cast right now.
Yeah,
Right.
like, she's not, like, she's a reflection of what was expected of her from society at the time, so.
I think that's
Yeah.
a lot of women, though, in that
Yeah.
time, in that,
Yeah.
they knew what their roles were in society, and
Yeah.
to step out of that would have meant social execution.
Yeah.
At the same time, she knows how to play the game.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah. Like, I love the scene when he finally realizes that everyone believes we're lovers. And I feel like saying, well, dude, you haven't done a good job of hiding it.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
neither
He's
of you
taken
have.
every little piece of bait they've laid out for
I
her.
know.
Yes.
And I love.
The sideburns guy, Sillington.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He's this terrible old man who all
Yeah.
he does is gossip
Gossip.
really nastily about everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he lays out like some little crumbs for Newland about Olenska and
Yeah.
Beaufort.
Yeah.
And he loses his mind.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I also love when they've had the first party, because, like, they've been married for a year now, and, like, his realization, then you just see May standing what I would call the center of the frame, and she's just looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like, it could almost be a horror movie when you,
Yeah.
because, like, the way it's also framed, where he's horrified, and this woman is, like, smiling at him, but you realize behind the angelic smile, she's like,
I know what you're doing.
I got you.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's when he slowly starts to realize, oh,
But it's not until
yeah.
it's not until she tells him that she's pregnant, and
Yeah.
then simultaneously revealing that she
Yes.
knows exactly what he's doing with
but
her cousin.
I just love that. And I
Yeah.
also love when she says, but my love, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like I said, if I didn't know this wasn't a horror movie, like, that's almost the
Yeah.
scene where it's like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna reveal? And
Yeah.
he's like, what? And like, but I love his eyes when he slowly realizes, oh my God, she's pregnant. I think he
Yeah.
realizes it before she actually says anything.
Oh, yeah.
And Daniel Day-Lewis does a fantastic job with his eyes.
It can
Oh,
be
yeah.
really difficult to make like inaction exciting
Yeah.
because this is a film about inaction. This is
Yeah.
a film about
Yeah.
dreams denied, about
Yeah.
about a guy who can see the bars of his prison but
Yeah.
doesn't have what it takes to break out.
Yeah, yeah, because it's true. Like, he's very much a hypocrite.
Yeah.
because he's condemned, and also for him, to be perfectly honest, while he may have faced censor, as a man of his class,
He would have been fine.
he could have very well have said,
he wouldn't have had a seat at parties that he hates so much.
yeah, but move to another state. Like, I kept on saying,
He could have moved to England, to France,
I was like,
anywhere.
why not just leave New York?
I'm sorry, this scene, it is both horrifying and very funny. When he's just sitting, looking at this Japanese art book, which I think is really fun, because the modern equivalent would be he'd be sitting there reading manga. And May interrupts him and asks him some questions. Then he starts thinking, maybe she'll die young.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll die young and I'll be free. And it's like, this is horrific.
Yeah.
This is so scary. Like, I also find this interesting within Scorsese's larger filmography, because usually, most of his protagonists are pathetic men who are very, who do not know how to express themselves. And usually they externalize that frustration through violence. Whereas here, Newland Archer does not do that. Instead he just sits and simmers and tortures himself.
But
he enjoys the torture too.
But I think there were moments, like certain scenes, where I felt the undercurrent of violence.
Yes, most definitely.
Where it's like, May. I guess you could have done worse.
Yeah.
But, where it's like, even, it's true, it's like his veneer of civility starts to fall. For all his talk about women, whatever, like, is he encouraging May?
Right.
Like, oh, May, and granted, May could have said, oh, I don't care about those things, but, he's not really encouraging much from May either, because he's lost all interest in her.
That scene with the Japanese art book, she says, you used to read poetry, I really liked when you read to me. And it's like, she's trying to connect with you, dude.
Yeah.
She's trying to engage you on your own interests. She doesn't know anything about Japan, because why would she?
Right.
Yeah. So and I just hated his the superiority complex,
let's be real. Back in that time, every man felt superior to their female counterparts.
I don't even want to talk about the other in the room.
He thinks himself a progressive too.
Yeah,
I know, that's what I love, because
it's such an ironic.
He's not, because the minute he gets May in marriage, and I guarantee the minute he got Olenska, it would have been a done. He would not have been saying, "Oh, I want to encourage your wild, passionate nature." No. Once she would have been his, because let's face it, I know America was a little different. Legally, she would have been his.
Yeah.
It would have been a different story. He would not have been encouraging her free, spontaneous, whatever anymore. It would have been a done deal.
I think there's that scene early on where he goes to visit May in Florida after he gets the letter, which, by the way, how the letters are portrayed in this, I adore. It's like a direct address to the camera, which is such a cool formal trick. And I could go on about the formal tricks in this movie for hours. But, and May just pretty much levels with him, hey, it seems like you're preoccupied. It seems like there's someone else on your mind. We can break this off. We do not have to get married. And she even drops, a line that shows she knows exactly what's going on, where she's even if it means she has to get divorced.
Yeah.
And Newland's just like, no.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he goes to Olenska and he tells her all about it. And she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
May shows that she's intuitive, that she knows him better than he perceives that she does. Yeah. And she gave him an out. She did. She's like, you can be free,
go,
you stupid man. And he doesn't take it.
No. And I think that's why it makes the ending so poignant, is that his son knows about what happened between his father and Olencia, and Archer just decides not to go to up into the apartment with him, because now he's truly free.
I know that's how
he'll always delay.
Yeah,
he'll always keep it out of reach.
Yeah,
Olenska dodged a bullet. Well, let's just face it. I mean, obviously she's in impoverished circumstances by the end of it, but
I mean, quite honestly, we don't know how life would have been.
Yeah.
That's assuming that Archer continued on his tomfoolery nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like he was decent to May.
Yeah.
Following this, I'm sure he
He
wasn't
wasn't-
great,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
He wasn't cruel, but he
No.
wasn't indifferent either.
Yeah, it's just like I feel bad because like it happens in a lot of relationships, and it's like she gave you a way out. You just didn't have the cojones to like accept the offer and like.
Scandal, Simona. The scandal it would
Okay,
have generated.
he could have moved out of New York if he
He could have gone all the way to England.
He could have gone to like the most liberal European countries
think about
imaginable.
What Sillerton would have said.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
But at least he would not have heard it.
And
You know.
Larry Lefferts, not Larry Lefferts, thinking lesser of him.
Oh yeah.
I loved Mrs. Mingott.
Mm-hmm.
Miriam Margolis
She's great.
as the weird dowager queen.
But I just love it because now that she's old, she can say whatever she wants, and it doesn't really matter.
She lives extremely unconventionally,
Yeah.
but she has enough money and enough age that nobody can say a word.
Well,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, that's what I love. Like
I loved her like 10 Pomeranians.
Yes.
Oh
And
yeah.
when she has the stroke and she just has like 4 men lifting her into different rooms.
Yep. With enough money and enough age, you can achieve anything.
And she even tells Newland, she's like, I'm surprised you didn't marry Olenska.
Yeah.
And he's like, she wasn't here to marry.
I wonder why.
Yeah. What I also like, what I kept saying to myself is I was like, oh my God, I would have just been glad to be middle class. I mean, middle class had its own whatever, but like no way in hell would I have wanted to be a part of that world. It's like, that was just driving me insane. I mean, yes, there would have been monetary benefits, but like,
You would have been
especially-
comfortable.
Yes.
You would have had a roof over your head. You would have had
But also
food
middle
in your
class, I
belly.
would have been comfortable, had a roof over my head and been comfortable too.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Middle class? I mean, yes, you would have to work, but middle class wasn't that bad, and at this time, wasn't it? How bad was it to be middle
Living
class?
in tenement housing.
As a middle class person?
Yeah.
Well, I would have been one of those middle class people that was like married well, you know, another like well off. Anyway, it was driving me insane. It's like, you know, what dress did she wear? And oh, you're not supposed. I was like, oh my lord. I was like, just stop. And so, who's the character again? Where like I love that English actor. I love him, but he was a in this film. You mentioned his name, the one that's like a libertine.
Silverton.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
I hated that character so much.
But he played it so
Oh
well.
no, Beaufort. You're thinking of Beaufort.
Not
Stupid.
Beaufort. He was a too. It's
Okay.
the.
It's the one that you can never remember his name in. What other movie has he been in that you've
Well,
seen?
describe the character in this.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the gentleman where like when you first meet Archer, they're at the opera together, and he's sitting with him, the older gentleman.
Oh, Larry Lefferts, Richard
Yeah.
E. Grant. Yes,
Yes.
one of the greatest actors of all time.
Oh,
I love
my
him.
lord, I hated that character so much. I just wanted him to like fall into a bog.
And I will go as far as to say an underrated actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
fall in a bog, like just or whatever the New York equivalent was, fall in a frozen lake. Like I couldn't stand that man. The old guy, I kind of
Hudson?
liked him. Yes, fall in the Hudson. Like the old man, I kind of liked him because yes, while he was a gossip, he was also telling things as they were. Like and he was
Yeah.
also.
He
especially
wasn't
with Archer,
stirring
he was,
the pot.
No, he wasn't. Like
Exactly.
other people were doing that. He was just
Yeah.
simply saying, "This is the way things are."
Yeah.
You know, and I think in spite of Archer's liberal whatever, the older gentleman was right. It's like if she does it though, and unfortunately that years later it wouldn't matter anymore. Her life will be difficult if she chooses to remain in New York. Now, granted, maybe with her money, I was like saying like, why not just like move to Florida? Like when I saw the Florida scene, I was like, that looks nice. It's sunny. Like just leave New York. Like I kept on saying, and she would have had to be like, just leave New York. New York is not the world. Leave it. And I was like, it would solve so many problems. Or just go further upstate in New York and like where no one will know you. And it was really frustrating. Like just
Wow, you were very frustrated with this
I
movie.
was. I kept on
think
saying,
this is the
leave
most-
New York.
I think this is the
So-
most frustration you've been since.
Because the path out is so clear for
Yeah.
all of these characters.
It's
Yeah.
like-
It could not be clearer yet. They are just bound by these ancient ancient codes.
The social convention, the stigma of scandal.
This is the bubble. So this is like Lou is bubble frustration. This
But you
is
liked this.
No,
You're just
Yeah,
you're
you
just
liked
like
it.
yeah, no, I liked it. It's just that it's like, I guess, yeah, well.
You liked it.
So
it's
bubble's not the equivalent. But
No.
it's just like, I just kept on saying, leave New York. Like, I just like, go away. Like, New York is like, and
I adore how this film is shot by Michael Bauhaus, who is just like such an amazing cinematographer. And it is like Scorsese this was post Goodfellas, and he brings that energetic camera to this, and it's moving so much, and there's so many weird editing tricks from Thelma Schoonmaker, one of the best ever to do it, and the use of dissolves in this is so cool, because like it will be used, like, I don't know,
what are dissolves?
It's like when it fades into a different
okay.
scene. Yeah, like there's that bit early on where it's just like you're seeing the ballroom, the Beaufort ballroom, and it fades in, and they're all just dancing there, and it's
okay.
I don't know, it's sort
what
of like
I
a
noticed
ghost of the past coming in, and
Yeah.
and there's a lot of moments throughout where it's just like usually during moments of like emotional distress for Archer, it will just have a weird dissolve to him in a slightly different spot, and you're like, oh.
is that the same thing where, like, one scene that I can think of where it happens, like, where it's almost like, maybe it's the same thing, where there's almost a blackness, and
that's a vignette,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Okay.
love that too. That's a very old-timey style.
Yeah.
Because it happens a few times. Like, one I think I can remember is when May shows Archer the letter, and it goes black, and it sort of focuses in on something.
That shot right in the opening when it's through the opera glasses, and you see the weird refractions and stuff.
Yeah.
That scene made me dizzy.
Yeah, so it's, like, I do enjoy this movie. I think the actors do a fantastic job, but it was just so frustrating because I kept on just saying to the screen, leave New York. Like, it's just like,
I probably have to give this movie another shot, because I guess I was expecting something different from a period film by Martin Scorsese. It's something that I've never seen of his films before. So I don't know. I guess
I think, like, especially watching it older, like, I appreciate some things more, because I was very young when I first, I mean, obviously, I don't think I watched it. 93, I was too young. I didn't watch it when it came out. But I think watching it now, there are things that I can appreciate, things that's, like, you pick up on, and I'm like, oh, and certain shots that are just so beautiful, like the way that they're done, and
how the cinematography, I have to agree with Joe,
Yeah.
is beautiful.
And I like that the passionate scenes don't come across as vulgar, for lack of a better.
This movie is rated PG.
Yeah.
The most you see in it is him unbuttoning her glove and kissing her
which
wrist.
I don't know if anyone else.
It looked crazy.
Yeah.
That is one of the most romantic moments. Like, that's the scene that I remembered from when I first watched it.
There's
when
an
he undoes her glove.
insane bit in another carriage scene with them where he's like they're kissing, and towards the end he kind of his head moves towards her, but there's like a strange slow motion effect applied. So he looks like a ravenous dog. Just
he probably
chomping.
is a ravenous
and
dog.
it's like you said, there's that undercurrent of violence to it, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah.
But like the sheer tension between them is insane, and like you never for a second doubt the attraction there.
Oh yeah,
because for a lot of things like this, you kind of look at, in these period piece romance, you kind of look at the guy and you're like, this guy is terrible. Why is this woman in love with him? But here it's just like, okay, these two are really into each other.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it sells the romance of it really well. And like you said, that glove scene, crazy.
Yeah. But I also like when the old man, like...
Well, I mean, like, if you think about it, though, too, the only time when, like, that's why I love the ballroom scene in Emma, when Mr. Knightley and Emma dance for the first time in the movie, it's because dancing is the only time where men and women will hold hands without gloves or any type of impediments. I hope I said that word correctly.
Is that why they all, like, not to ask a dumb question, is that why women also wore gloves? Was it supposed to be like...
Yeah, I mean,
Sort of, or because it was unseemly to go barehand. I don't know. Like I
I don't know
why.
if it's more for like obscenely. I think it's
I-
more like it's to show demure, like that you're demure. You're
Oh, okay.
like it's a status thing.
There-
I don't
there-
look at anything else.
Yeah, there's a weird fixation on hands in this movie. They
Yeah.
keep going to France to get their hands sculpted by Rocher.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that was a thing, but that's bizarre
yeah.
to me. I don't
No,
understand
I don't
why you want
understand
a
that.
sculpture of your own hands.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. So it's like it was very an odd thing. Okay.
I'm sure they'd make it up, but I'm
Yeah.
just like, huh. All right, guess that's what they were doing when they had too much money and too much time.
I guess
Probably.
So. I guess so. I mean, I kind of found it pretty, but I kind of understand why it would be weird.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking because at that time, especially with like photography, yeah, like you took photos, but not like maybe it was another way to have a memory of someone, which is probably
Yeah.
obvious. But I don't know. I kind of liked the sculpture. I mean, yeah, it is weird.
I can,
but I
look,
kind of get it.
Yeah, I can get it. I'm just like, this was a trend. Like,
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. But
Yeah.
speaking of photography, there's a little cameo from Scorsese as their wedding photographer.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a big mustache and he's like futzing with the camera, and
Oh, that's
his
funny.
parents show up when he meets her at the station as just two older people walking.
Oh, his
through-
parents are like
Yes.
a cameo too.
Yeah, his parents almost always showed up in his movies when they were alive.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
Yeah, his dad passed away shortly after this, and hence the dedication at the
Yeah.
end.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, no, in Goodfellas, famously his mom plays Joe Pesci's mom.
Oh yes, I did know that. Yeah.
I'm scared to watch Goodfellas. I've seen clips.
It's not scary.
It's not scary.
No,
I mean,
but Joe Pesci because he's too intense. Like there's
But
To be fair, no. Some of
Yes.
his behavior is kind of
but that's what makes the scene so much better.
yeah, I don't know.
I feel like Goodfellas is on the docks. It's on the dock for something, but I don't know. I probably.
And this is coming from someone who's watched The Godfather.
I
but
know.
It's like
I know.
Goodfellas is like I draw the limit at that.
You draw the line at Goodfellas. All
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
you would, Simona, you would have a panic attack during. There's one scene where, toward the end, where he's just Henry Hill's out of his mind on drugs, and he has to do like 50 things in one day, and he thinks a helicopter's following him.
Yeah.
And it's just,
But it's a fun scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's like in between everything, he's making like a big dinner.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, the title sequence too, done by Saul Bass, who I didn't know he was still doing stuff into the '90s, but hell yeah, Saul Bass did like all of Hitchcock title sequences.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
famous
okay.
title guy, and it's just flowers blooming over lace, and
Yeah.
it's I don't know, a really beautiful effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just find this movie so lush and so well realized, and just I don't know. It feels very alive,
Yeah.
which can be difficult to get at, especially when you're dealing with people such as this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like Scorsese just pulls it off pretty, just pretty
does it-
effortlessly.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say that this movie was pulled off very flawlessly.
Can we
in
talk
a
about the
lot.
funny moment when Archer is getting kind of intimate with the parasol, and it's not even Olenska's parasol, which I thought was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of funny bits in this.
Yeah.
Where it's just him being a damn fool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh, you found my parasol," and I thought he would like, but I like.
I know
how he
that
just, like,
poor woman. She's just like, "Why are you here?
Yeah.
Who are you? Why are you sniffing my umbrella?"
But I like how he doesn't even ignore. He goes like, "Oh," and just like hands it back, and then just proceeds to talk. And I was like, I thought that was so funny.
Well,
Oh, my
Daniel
Lord.
Day-Lewis plays it off very
Yeah,
well.
It's just, oh my god, it's just so funny.
And I thought it was really good to see Daniel Day-Lewis in like this role as opposed to the role he had in A Room with a View, which he's a smarmy character, and
Oh, I've never seen that.
it's one of my
Neither
favorites.
have I just know it's a merchant ivory joint.
It's such a good movie, guys.
Oh.
And yeah,
Yeah, I can't help but always think of him as in Gangs of New York. Oh.
Bill the Butcher.
Yeah, like I just
I actually haven't seen Gangs of New York.
Oh,
For some reason, that's one of the few Scorsese's that have slipped me by.
And the funny thing is that it's hella violent, but I still haven't watched Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas is not going to be anywhere near as violent,
no.
I'm pretty sure.
I know, it's like,
No.
I don't know, but like, Gangs of New York, I just love it so much. Questionable accents aside, I just, like,
Scorsese is on the record as being like, I don't care about accents in
Yeah.
movies. He's just like, I think it's nonsense.
Mm.
Like, he did Last Temptation of Christ, and he was like, I don't understand why in biblical epics they all spoke kind of British.
Yeah.
They were they would have been speaking Aramaic. The fact they're speaking English is ridiculous. What does it matter if Judas has a Brooklyn accent?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, I get that.
I think the only person in Gangs of New York that would have a spot-on accent would be Daniel Day-Lewis.
Well, as far as like with New York accents in general, like I'm always bad at like the borough. I can't do one to save my life, but I thought he did a good job. I just love his character in that film.
He's like a crazed like gang leader, right?
Yeah.
He is. Yeah, he leads one of the gangs, and he sort of is in control of things. He is a butcher. Yeah, and he can be very civil. But in the blink of an eye, he could be killing you, which so you never really know what's going on with him. And he's extremely patriotic, does not like immigrants, and is distressed by the state of the country at that point.
Yeah.
So, and it's New York and all its griminess and all the gangs.
I know he originally wanted to make that movie as a musical with The Clash.
Oh no.
Which I think would have been next level awesome. Like,
oh my lord!
As a big fan of The Clash, I would have ate that right up.
Musical. Oh well, it could have been good. Who knows?
Yeah, it was. He wanted to do it in the early '80s originally, and with so many of his projects, he wanted to do them like decades before they were made, and they just kept getting pushed back and pushed back.
Now I'm.
No, Simona, I think about it all the time. I'm like, what would that have been like?
What
a
if?
punk musical set in like grimy 1800s New York?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do we know what time period the Gangs of New York was supposed to be filmed in?
Yeah.
I thought it was the 1890s. I could be
1846.
wrong.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, and then that's how it starts off. 1860 is where most of it takes place.
Oh,
Okay. Because this movie, Age of Innocence, takes place in 1872.
Yeah,
So
I was
it's
just
like-
thinking, like, Bill the Butcher is there, in the 5 Points, and it's like,
And you wanted to
And
be
these
a
people
working class.
and these
Because
people
those are working class people.
I said middle class.
These people are worried about who is invited to the party.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but there is a brilliant scene in Gangs of New York, if it's not spoiling too much, where because it talks about the riots that occurred at like the draft riots that occurred
Yep.
during that time,
The Civil
and you just see
War.
this wealthy family bowed in prayer to all of a sudden the glass smashes, and it just all like the gang like just rush in, and I'm like, well, that's what happens when you're socially unaware and whatever, and just. Everything just gets like swept away, but it's like a peaceful scene, and it's just like everything's and like chaos erupts in their house. But yeah, and they also include like actual newspapers
Yeah.
from the time.
Oh, that's
in
very
those
cool.
scenes. Yeah.
I like when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, and explain like what was happening, and like they have like the newspaper
Yes,
clippings.
Scorsese always gets very well researched stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Killers of the Flower Moon is an astounding film. And,
I haven't seen that movie yet.
I think also one of his best.
Yeah.
Just the amount of research and just how everything is depicted is so amazing. And
Yeah.
very, very vital.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm actually a big fan of his more period piece stuff. Like Silence is really fantastic too.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I had meant to see that movie too, and I never got my act together enough to see it in the theaters.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a tough one, but
Well, yeah, it's about missionaries going to Japan.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very tough. Oh, they're very tough. Yes.
But yeah, the Age of Innocence. What a film! Yeah,
Yeah.
just I don't know. I think it's pretty genius to depict the upper crust as the mafia who don't do crime but just exclude you from the circle.
Yeah.
Like, it's smart, and it gets at just how violent it felt for these people, because
Oh, yeah.
admittedly, oh no, they haven't been invited to a party, but
Yeah.
in this milieu, if it would have felt like life or death.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
especially if you weren't invited by somebody who was considered like the echelon of society.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my God, what did I do?
Yeah, like
Why am I excluded? What faux pas have I committed?
the whole thing with Beaufort, like, oh, he lost all his money in the financial panic, and it's
Yeah.
like, but like even then, like he's doing fine. He's
Yeah.
not poor.
No.
But like it's just, but oh no, they can't hang out with him anymore. And then he gets
Yeah.
divorced, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
by the time Newland's son is like 20,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares at all, and Newland can't bring himself to not care anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's almost like, well, if I start caring now, what was it all for?
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna, there's that bit where he talks about the opera, how he leaves early to leave with the image of the lovers being torn apart, and that's what he does his whole life.
Yep. I love that opera scene.
Yeah, no, I thought
Yeah.
all of the opera stuff in this was awesome. And
Yeah.
I like that they all go to they all go to Faust every year.
Yeah.
Like there's no other operas playing in New York. It's just Faust.
All that matters.
Well, I think also too that opera kind of like plays parallel. I think is it safe to say that
Yeah.
opera kind of like plays parallel to what's going on?
Yeah, it's
in
about
the
a
movie?
man who sells his soul to the devil.
Yeah.
For like I think financial prosperity, and that's about all I know.
Yeah.
I think my parent.
Yeah, and he sees May as the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also like the scene where they're at the play and the lovers are partying, and I like how it's a good parallel to what's kind of.
Yeah.
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 But at the same time, I still say you could have left New York.
Yes.
And been the pariah of New York society.
But honestly, if you don't really care, like.
Well, no, he says he doesn't care, but he actually cares,
So
Simona.
then, I could have
Yeah.
just left New York. Just
But
go to
yeah,
Florida. It would have been sunny. No.
And humid.
I still liked those. Like when I saw the snow, I was like, ooh. Like I was ready to show. I was like, oh, like I just wanted it to be sunny. But yeah.
Oh no, I like snow in New York, especially with horse-drawn carriages. Yes, it's lovely.
Ooh. Yeah.
but yeah, this was visually very inspired by
Yeah.
the films of Powell and Pressburger, who were known for like Black Narcissus and The Red Shoes and Matter of Life and
That's a
Death.
beautiful movie.
Yes, yeah, and
Yeah.
you see like that same sort of color palette being used here.
Yeah.
I believe the scene when May does the archery contest is a nod because their company was called the Archers and their logo was like that kind of target with
Oh, that's
arrows going
cool.
in. Yeah, and Thelma Schoonmaker was actually married to Michael Powell, I want to say.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I was like, oh, that's cute. But yeah, and just that, but yeah, and I know there's other visual quotations from Black Narcissus in this, which is a film about repressed desire in a convent.
Oh yeah.
And film uses like fade outs to just pure color, and which we see here a couple times when it just like you'll get fades to yellow and red and stuff. And I always love that technique because I don't know, it just distills all the emotion into just like, yeah, you're just gonna be in this color for a second and soak it in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
God,
I
nobody
also
does
like when Archer is sitting and looking up at her third floor flat and the sunlight glares off the window
Yes.
and he's suddenly transported back to Florida.
Yes.
And wondering like what if her first name's Ellie, isn't it?
Ellen.
Ellen. And wondering if Ellen, what would have happened had Ellen turned around to look at him from the pier instead
Yeah.
of facing the ocean.
Well, but yeah,
Yeah.
they'll just lots of beautiful visuals in this and a lot of great formal techniques. Nobody does it like Scorsese in terms of creating like both a narrative that is easily accessible and just like straightforward, and also introducing like so many layers of meanings and so many layers of technique and interesting formal stuff that you don't usually see in mainstream film. I don't know. Every time I watch a Scorsese movie, I'm just like, yeah, he's probably the best American director, and perhaps that's my Italian pride getting to me. But
high praise.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't know, who else are you putting up for best American director? Kubrick?
Well,
he forsook America.
I wouldn't know. I'm the worst person to ask. So,
but I adore this movie. Is it time for ratings? I feel like I'm just rambling at you.
No,
here.
What are we gonna rate it out of?
Let's see.
Porcelain teacups.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. You want to go first, Simona?
So this would be 4 out of 5 porcelain teacups for me. It is a beautiful film. It's a heartbreaking film. It's wonderfully shot, and it has so many beautiful moments in it. Yeah, I would highly recommend, like, even if you just watch it once, to do so.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah. I will also give it 4 out of 5 porcelain teacups. Beautifully shot. Cinematography is beautiful. The story is I love the narration in certain scenes because I think it immerses you further into the movie. 4 out of 5. I wouldn't call this heartbreaking. He did it to himself.
Well, heartbreaking in this.
I don't know. I still that ending still really emotional.
Yeah, I think it's heartbreaking in the sense of the what ifs. Like, what if I had, like, when he thinks, like, what if she had just turned around? What if he had just had the cojones to say, okay, fine, to heck with everything. You know, May, thank you for loving me enough to give me this opportunity to get it out. You know, Ellen, let's go through with that divorce. Let's get it done and over with because your husband doesn't care either way. Yeah. And then let's leave New York because there's something that exists outside of New York. And they would have, I'm sure, found some kind of happiness. Who knows? But it's like all those what ifs that we all can relate to. Like, what if this had happened differently? What if I had made this? So that's what's heartbreaking in that sense. Like, all these, that's what I mean. Yeah. Ultimately, yes, he made his own decisions and he lives with them.
Yeah.
But in that sense, it is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for Ellen because she felt trapped. You know, she's this vibrant woman and society doesn't appreciate that. And, you know, so that's what's heartbreaking, you know.
Yeah, I adore this movie. 5 out of 5 easily for me. But yeah, I've said it all already.
Yes.
All right, but yeah, catch up with us next time with Lou's pick, which I can't recall at the moment.
The Witch.
No, it's not that anymore.
No,
he changed it? Oh.
Yeah, The Witch wasn't streaming anywhere.
Oh,
okay.
But yeah, we'll be back.
Bye guys.
Bye.